Hello everyone, myself Dr. M. Saravanan, Head Department of Commerce International Business, Sri Narayana Guru College, Coimbatore. In this video, we shall discuss about what is intellectual property rights and few cases relating to intellectual property rights. What is intellectual property? An intellectual property right is a general term covering patent, copyright, trademark, industrial designs, geographical indications, protection of layout design of integrated circuits, and protection of undisclosed information. Copyright. A copyright is a legal term used to describe the rights that the creators have over their literary and artistic work. Copyright include literary, dramatic and musical work, computer programs, software, artistic work, cinematographic films which include soundtrack and video films, record any disc, tape or perforated roll or other device. Trademark. Trademark is a mark capable of being represented graphically and which is capable of distinguishing the goods or services of one person from those of other and may include shape of goods, their packaging and combination of colors. These are few examples of trademarks of various companies. A patent in an exclusive right granted by a country to the owner of an invention to make, use, manufacture and market the invention, provided the invention satisfy certain conditions stipulated in the law. A patent in the law is a property right and hence can be gifted, inherited, assigned, sold or licensed. What are patentable? Invention means any new and useful art, process, method or manner of manufacture, machine, apparatus or other article, substances produced by manufacture and includes any new and useful improvements of any of them and an alleged invention. What are the types of inventions which are not patentable in India? An invention which is frivolous or which claims anything obviously contrary to well-established natural laws. An invention the primary or intended use of which would be contrary to law or morality or injurious to public health. The mere discovery of a scientific principle or formulation of an abstract theory. A substance obtained by a mere admixture resulting only in the aggregation of the properties of the components thereof or a process for producing such substance. A method or process of testing applicable during the process of manufacture for rendering the machine, apparatus or other equipment more efficient. A method of agriculture or horticulture are not patentable in India. Any process for medical, surgical, curative, prophylactic or other treatment of human beings or any process for a similar treatment of animals or plants. Invention relating to atomic energy are also not patentable in India. One can get patent in a new product, a modification, design, and the useful way to do things. IP legislations in India. The Patent Act 1970, Trademark Act 1999, Copyright Act 1957 and the amendments was carried out in 1983, 1984, 1992, 1994 and 1999. Design Act 2000, Semiconductor Integrated Circuits and Layout Design Act 2000, Geographical Indications of Goods Registration and Protection Act 1999, Protection of Plant Varieties and Farmers' Rights Act 2001. So these are the legislations for governing the intellectual property in India. Now we shall go for the Basmati rice case. Rice Tech Inc. is a private American company based in Alvin, Texas and headquartered in Houston, Texas that develops and produces hybrid rice seed for the American and various international markets. Rice Tech also owns the consumer brand name Rice Select, which markets Texmati brand rice in grocery stores throughout North America. The company was founded in 1990 as a foreign for-profit corporation and is owned by the Prince of Liechtenstein Foundation. Rice Tech became widely known in the late 1990s due to an attempt by the company to patent basmati rice. Basmati rice has historically been grown in India and Pakistan for many centuries. However, neither country had ever patented the particular variety of rice. The claiming of the patent by Rice Tech angered many farmers, officials, and NGOs in the region who perceived the act as a theft of intellectual property and vowed to fight the patent, especially since the information provided to Rice Tech largely came from the basmati seeds at the International Rice Research Institute in the Philippines. They allowed for duplicate germplasms to be stored in a seed bank in Fort Collins. The patent was originally accepted by the US Patent Office in 1997 but was officially challenged by the Indian government in 2000, and most patent claims were overturned in the US in 2002. Despite this, Rice Tech continues to market their Texmati brand of rice as long grain American Basmati, although no patents or trademarks on the title Basmati are currently held by the company. A countersuit was filed against Rice Tech on July 6, 2012 in Greene County, Arkansas by Scott Meredith, a rice farmer from Greene County. The suit alleged that Meredith had been sold both impure and defective seeds by Rice Tech and also accused Rice Tech of negligence, breach of contract, breach of warranty, and violating the Arkansas Deceptive Trade Practices Act for misrepresenting and mislabeling its seeds. According to the lead attorney for the plaintiff, the hybrid seed Scott Meredith purchased had inferior milling characteristics that hurt marketability and did not yield as was promised by the company. The case received widespread attention in the rice producing areas of the United States and prompted the CEO of Rice Tech, John Nelson, to issue a statement rebuffing all allegations and promising to fight the lawsuit. In November 12, a judge dismissed the claim against Rice Tech. And it's a loss to India and Pakistan because we suffered economic losses and both the countries lost their global market share in terms of basmati rice. There are two types of patent, namely product patent and process patent. Another case regarding the turmeric patent case. India has forced the US Patent and Trademark Office to revoke a contentious patent it granted to researchers in the United States on the use of powdered turmeric for wound healing. The Patent and Trademark Office withdrew the patent on 13th August after a year-long legal battle with India's Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, which argued that turmeric, a native Indian plant, had been used for centuries by its people for wound healing and so lacked the novelty criterion required for patenting. The Indian agency hired a US patent lawyer and spent $15,000 to fight the case, which it supported with documents ranging from scientific publications to books on home remedies and ancient Ayurvedic texts on Indian systems of medicine. Indian scientists claim this is the first time that a move in the United States to patent a traditional remedy from the developing world has been successfully overturned. Earlier, efforts by an international coalition of environmentalists to get the US patents on products of the neem tree cancelled ended in failure. The CSIR's director Raghunath Mashelkar said the success of the case had far-reaching consequences for the protection of the traditional knowledge base, not only in India, but in other third world countries. He said the case also highlights the importance of documenting traditional knowledge to provide evidence of prior knowledge. An invention must satisfy the three conditions of novelty, inventiveness, and usefulness. Novelty. An invention will be considered novel if it does not form a part of the global state of the art. Information appearing in magazines, technical journals, books, newspapers constitute the state of the art. Oral description of the invention in a seminar or a conference can also spoil novelty. Novelty is assessed in a global context. An invention will cease to be novel if it has been disclosed in the public through any type of publication anywhere in the world before filing a patent application in respect of the invention. Inventiveness. A patent application involves an inventive step if the proposed invention is not obvious to a person skilled in the art, that is, skilled in the subject matter of the patent application. The prior art should not point towards the invention, implying that the practitioner of the subject matter could not have thought about the invention prior to filing of the patent application. Inventiveness cannot be decided on the material contained in unpublished patents. Usefulness. An invention must possess utility for the grant of patent. No valid patent can be granted for an invention devoid of utility. Filing of an application for a patent should be completed at the earliest possible date and should not be delayed. An application filed with a provisional specification disclosing the essence of the nature of the invention helps to register the priority by the applicant. Delay in filing an application may entail some risks like other inventors might forestall the first inventor by applying for a patent for the said invention. There may be either an inadvertent publication of the invention by the inventor or by others independently. Publication of an invention in any form by the inventor before filing of a patent application would disqualify the invention to be patentable. So the inventors should not disclose their invention before filing the patent application. The invention should be considered for publication after a patent application has been filed. So it can be seen that there is no contradiction between publishing an inventive work and filing of patent application in respect of an invention. The date of patent is the date of filing the complete specification. This is an important date because it is from this date that the legal protection of an invention covered in the patent takes effect. The term of the patent is counted from this date. 5 years from the date of sealing of the patent or 7 years from the date of the patent, whichever period is shorter for an invention claiming the method or process of manufacture of a substance where the substance is intended or capable of being used as a drug, medicine or food. 14 years from the date of patent in respect of any other patentable invention. A patent has to be maintained by paying the maintenance fee every year. If the maintenance fee is not paid, the patent will cease to remain in force and the invention becomes open to public. Anyone can then utilize the patent without the danger of infringing the patent. There are two types of patent documents usually known as the patent specification, namely the provisional specification and the complete specification. Provisional specification is usually filed to establish priority of the invention in case of the disclosed invention is only at a conceptual stage, and a delay is expected in submitting full and specific description of the invention. Although a patent application accompanied with provisional specification does not confer any legal patent rights to the applicants, it is, however, a very important document to establish the earliest ownership of an invention. The provisional specification is a permanent and independent scientific cum legal document, and no amendment is allowed in this. No patent is granted on the basis of a provisional specification. It has to be followed by a complete specification for obtaining a patent for the said invention. Complete specification must be submitted within 12 months of filing the provisional specification. This period can be extended by 3 months. Submission of complete specification is essential to obtain a patent. Title of the invention, field to which the invention belongs, background of the invention, complete description of the invention along with the experimental results, drawings, claims are to be submitted when obtaining a patent. Patent cost is about rupees 45,000 to rupees 1,50,000. Patentee can take help of patent agent after signing non-disclosure agreement. Patentee must have to pay renewal fee from 3rd year to 20th year. Patentee have the right to use the patent for 20 years, but after 20 years, anyone can use that invention without consent of the patentee. Time of patent can be increased than 20 years on special conditions with supplementary protection certificate. Compulsory licensing. Patent owner has the right to decide who may or may not use the patented invention for the period in which the invention is protected. But government can use patent against interest of patentee with special conditions. Compulsory licensing is where a government allows someone else to produce the patented product or process without the consent of the patent owner. Anyone can apply for compulsory licensing for any patent, and government can issue compulsory license for public interest. Need of compulsory licensing to recognize reasonable requirements of public in favor of public interest, to prevent abuse of patent as monopoly, and on emergency issues. There is a case regarding the compulsory license. The country's first compulsory license has been granted by the Indian Patent Office to Hyderabad-based drug maker Natco. A landmark decision under the amended Indian Patents Act 2005 allows Natco to make and sell in India a similar version of Bayer's Nexavar, an advanced kidney cancer drug. With the ruling, Indian generic drug manufacturer Natco Pharma Limited has received a green light to start manufacturing and selling in India Bayer's patented drug. The compound used for the treatment of advanced stages of kidney and liver cancer is sold by Bayer under the brand name Nexavar. NATCO has already developed a process to manufacture the drug and received a license to manufacture the drug in bulk and to market it in April 2011. It is expected that Bayer will make an appeal against the decision. Bayer launched the drug in 2006. It received a license to import and market the drug in India on 1st August 2007. The patent office found that Bayer did not import the drug at all in 2008 and only started importing in small quantities in 2009 and 2010. Seeing that Bayer was not making the drug accessible to more people, NATCO applied for a compulsory license. Compulsory licensing is when a government allows someone else to produce a patented product or process without the consent of the patent owner, but under strict terms. It is one of the flexibilities on patent protection under the World Trade Organization Agreement on trade-related aspects of intellectual property rights. The patentee thus took no adequate steps to start the working of the invention in the territory of India on a commercial scale and to an adequate extent, according to the decision. In its defense, Bayer argued that the operation of another pharmaceutical company, Cipla, which is selling a similar drug, is the reason why it could not maximize the distribution of the drug in India. Bayer, in a separate case, has sued Cipla for infringement. According to the decision, NATCO paid a quarterly royalty at 6% of the net sales of the drug. This was lower than Bayer's asking royalty of 15% of net sales. Thank you so much. Catch you with another video shortly. Stay blessed.